Hello everyone, today we are taking a look at the mini PC from Camrui. This is a budget mini PC, but it has an interesting CPU on the board with decent graphics, so it's gonna be a fit for some gaming too. Hit the like button and let's start. This is the Camrui EB3. In the box we have a mini PC itself. I really like the top panel finish, it feels nice to the touch and has a stylish look. I can see many cooling openings, we have a turbine fan inside which cools the chip. The mini PC also has the rubber legs on the bottom to damp any vibrations and allow more airflow to the case. Before we power it up, let's check under the hood. The top panel is not removable, but the bottom panel is held by 4 screws. It is relatively easy to take off. Next we have another 4 screws and the metal panel comes off. Here we have our RAM. I really like to see that we have 2 sticks, meaning we take advantage of dual channel. Then we have our M.2 SSD, which is 512GB. I'm a bit surprised seeing SATA SSD sticker here. They have better speed than hard drives, but they are the slowest M.2 disks. I think at least Gen 3 SSD would be nice. Then I realized we have a second M.2 slot, which is actually amazing and rare to see in a budget mini PC. It supports up to Gen 4 and makes storage upgrade super easy. The screw is already here, so I added 2TB SSD there. We'll see how it performs later. I also really like that the metal panel is designed to cool the RAM and the storage chips. You can see the pattern. Let's check the ports. On the front we have a power button, audio jack, 2 USBs and a Type-C port. And on the back we have another 4 USBs, LAN port, display and HDMI for graphics, DC power port, another cooling openings and a Kensington lock. Overall a great config. I like that it has many USB ports and all of them are USB 3 or newer. Setting up mini PC is very easy, just power it up, connect display, keyboard and mouse. I recommend using wireless accessories to go for the minimalistic setup. I'm using a budget wireless keyboard from Amazon and a Logitech G305 mouse, which I think is the best price to performance pick right now. The mini PC comes with Windows 11, that is pretty easy to set up just by following the steps. Once everything is updated, let's check the specs. On the board we have a Ryzen 5 7430U, which is a 6-core 12-thread CPU with 2.3 GHz base and 4.3 GHz boost clock. It also has 60MB of L3 cache and a pretty good graphics, which we'll test in games. Next we have 32GB of DDR4 RAM that works on 3200 MHz. DDR4 is still great and the fact that we get 32GB out of the box is awesome. And it is also in dual channel. This will be very helpful for video or photo editing or even 3D modeling. Next we have our 512GB SSD, which indeed turned out to be a SATA SSD, like the sticker said. I checked the speeds and in Crystal Disk benchmark I got 549 for the read and 470 for the write. The speeds are still decent for the Windows system, but they are not great. Good news that the 2TB SSD I installed worked right away after I created a new volume in Disk Manager. And it is running at Gen 4 speeds. I got 3700 for read and 3500 for write. Overall the PC feels very responsive. Let's check what it scores in 3D Mark. It was running a bit laggy, but it scored 1356 points. Good results, especially for mini PC. During the benchmark the CPU temps hit 90, which is not ideal, but it is normal. And surprisingly the PC doesn't get noisy at all. Only if you listen closely you'll hear the fan spinning. Let's move to the real world tests. First game to test is Valorant. This game runs on almost anything, not demanding at all. You can see I set all settings to low and I'm getting very playable over 150 FPS. The frame time looks good as well. Let's even set the high settings and I'm still getting playable over 60 FPS. Let's move to something more demanding, Marvel Rivals. With low settings, effects off and FSR free in performance mode, I'm getting a somewhat playable 30 FPS. The frame time is far from perfect, but the game is playable if you really want to play it. Moving to Fortnite, with performance mode and the rest of the settings on low, I got 50 plus FPS on the ground. Overall, the game runs pretty well. In CS, with FSR in performance mode and low settings, I'm getting playable around 90 FPS most of the time. The frame time also looks pretty good. In PUBG, with very low settings, I'm getting comfortable 35 FPS. The game runs fine, iGPUs have come a really long way. I also tried Warzone, and to my surprise, the game actually runs with the recommended preset for performance. We have 59 99% render with a FSR in performance mode, so it doesn't look the best, but it's playable. In Apex Legends with low settings I got around 50 FPS with some drops to 40 and rises to 60 at times. So far I'm really impressed with this mini PC. Considering it is a $250 PC, it runs online games really well. Let's see what it can do in single player. In Elden Ring I got somewhat playable 30 FPS. The frame rate does drop at times and the frame time is not perfect, but I would say that's a solid result. In Days Gone Remastered the mini PC struggles more. I got around 25 FPS with 80% 3D scale and low settings. The low frame rate is not a problem in some games. I tried playing Frostpunk 2 with low settings and FSR in performance mode and it is playable. Overall I really like this mini PC, the design is great and performance to price wise it's a great pick. Check out the links below to learn more and I'll see you in the next video very soon.